Hey besties, welcome to Brunch. My name is Taquira Peoples, and you guys are listening to the Late Brunch Show with Taquira Peoples. I'm your host, and I hope you guys all are having an amazing day. I hope you guys are having an amazing week so far. Hope your last week was good. Hope your weekend last week was amazing. Um, Today's podcast episode, if you're watching this over on YouTube, which you can over my YouTube channel at Taquira Peoples, or if you're watching on YouTube, you can go listen to the audio version over at Apple Podcasts or Spotify and some other places. The links are all down below. And if you hear any like background noises, my dog is out today. We just got back from a walk, so he's just doing dog things. This episode is basically about my life right now and my situation and how I'm feeling, and I just want this to be a very calming, relaxing episode and just talk about these, because I plan episodes out beforehand where I'm like, okay, I'm going to talk about this, but this time I was just going through some things, and I feel like this is like my diary in a way. This podcast, I feel like, is just like a diary for me to just talk about things, and it's really helpful for me. So this is what this episode is going to be. So let's just start with yesterday. Yesterday, I went to a pulmonology appointment. As you guys know, cystic fibrosis. I have a podcast episode already about that called My Life with Cystic Fibrosis. So if you're interested in listening about that, you guys definitely can go check that out. Link will be in the description below to that podcast. Okay, hi bears. If you're watching the video version, my dog right now is in front of the camera. Hi, Moon. That's right. His name is Moon. He's a Cavapoo, and he's 1 year old, and his birthday is December 28th. Huh. That's when your birthday is. Yes, it is. Anyways, I had a pulmonology appointment yesterday in Wexford, and it was really good. My PFTs were amazing. I finally found out what FEV1 was, which I feel like I've talked about this before when I was like, I don't know what that is, but my doctors explained it to me. And they went up some from my last appointment, which is really good. And then now let's just talk about mental health and where I'm at currently in life. If you watched the first episode of my podcast, I keep talking about episodes. I just talked a lot already. But on my first episode, I said I will never go to therapy. I said I'm against therapy for myself. I'm pro therapy for everybody else but myself. I'm pretty sure that's what I said, or something along those lines. But I'm going to therapy, and I start Monday, and I am terrified. I am so scared, and I know I shouldn't be, because therapy obviously is going to help me a lot. I know that. Like, I'm telling myself, like, this is a new chapter, this is a new beginning. But I struggle with talking about my feelings to people, which it's so weird, because it's so much easier for me to talk about my feelings to camera, or it's like my older sister Maisha, or to like my little sister. And it is hard sometimes to talk about my feelings to my parents, because they're very dismissive, which that's not their fault. Like, you know what I mean? They kind of grew up in a generation where like mental health really wasn't advocated for as much as it is now. So like talking to them, it doesn't really, I don't know. I love my parents, but it's just hard talking to them about my feelings. But yeah, I do have people I could talk to, like my two sisters, my Shinya. But I feel like, as much as I love talking to them, I think I need professional help. Not that they're not professionals, don't get me wrong. I just need someone with a degree to help me. And yeah, so I'm going to therapy Monday for just my life right now. This is a trigger warning. I'm gonna be talking about like eating disorders, anxiety, depression. If this triggers you, please click out right now. I'm gonna say this right now. Please click out now. I don't want to trigger anyone. I love you guys. I'll see you guys next week. Yeah, I don't want to help. I don't want anything to going wrong in your own like personal life. So please, that stuff, like I said, eating disorders, anxiety, depression, triggers you, please click out now, and I'll see you guys next time at brunch. Love you guys. But for those of you that have stayed, hi, let's talk about eating, okay, and body positivity and body dysmorphia and my anxiety with my weight. And I've struggled with liking the way I looked for a very, very long time, since I probably was little. I've always been like the type of person who was like, oh, like I got picked on for like having red hair, for being tall, for anything that the way I looked. I felt like people really picked apart when I was little. Even when I was in high school, this is so embarrassing. I hate talking about this, but I never told anyone this. But when I was in 10th grade and we had driver's ed, there was a boy who was like one of those like popular kids, but also like very fucking racist and a disgusting human being. But anyways, what was I about him? And he was wearing these drunk goggles because we were like walking in them for like drunk driving. Basically, we're learning about this time. And he would put them on, and he took them off, and he looked at me. He was like, "It's crazy how these can make you go from a 2 to a 10." And that just stuck with me, and it still sticks with me. And every time I look in a mirror, or anytime I'm feeling confident, anytime I feel like I'm looking hot, that comment is just on replay in the back of my head constantly. It is something that eats me alive every day. And I've never talked about it just because like I don't know. It's just one of those things which is really hard for me. And I feel like when I am feeling confident and I just remember someone saying that to me, like I just lose all my confidence, and I just remember being like, oh, I'm not actually pretty, I'm not this, I'm not that. And then I very much so, I love Bella Hadid, Gigi Hadid, Kendall Jenner, Naomi Campbell. Like I love like all like models. Like I follow a whole bunch of them on Instagram, and I know that it's not good for me because I compare my bodies to theirs. And I know I shouldn't do it, but I just catch myself doing it all the time, and then I'll start starving myself, and then I'll start working out, but then I overwork out, and then it's just a whole thing where like I just wish that I didn't care about my appearance as much. And yeah, it's really hard for me sometimes. I see this is what I don't know how to describe how it makes me feel. And anything to how does it make you feel, I don't know. It's just one of those things that is just like hard for me to talk about. Hope maybe one day I'll be able to understand it better and find out how to like overcome it, which in therapy I hope will help, and I can come back with you guys with more knowledge in my journey on my body positivity. Yeah, let's talk about some anxiety issues I've been having recently, because I've been struggling a lot recently for the past couple of months, and I feel like it took me, well, no, my anxiety started getting worse in April of this year, after I had pneumonia. Before that, in March, I was so happy. Like I had just gotten my car, I just turned 21, I was making good money at my job, I was healthy, I was literally living my best life. And then in mid-April, like I wasn't like April, like maybe like 20th, I ended up getting pneumonia. And if you guys know, if you have pneumonia, cystic fibrosis, your health just goes, it just declines at a very fast rate. And it kicked my butt so hard. I was sick for maybe, in general, maybe like 3 weeks, but the recovery from that took, I would say, still kind of getting over it now. Because after I had pneumonia, I said, I think a podcast a few weeks ago, not a few weeks, but a few, whatever podcast it was, I talked about how after I had pneumonia, I got sick again with, I don't even know what it was, but I had fevers. It wasn't COVID. I got tested multiple times, so it wasn't COVID. It could have been pneumonia again. I have no clue. I had that for like almost a month back in May. And then in June, finally, I started feeling better, and I got sick again for like another week. And it destroyed me. I wasn't making money. I was struggling paying my car payment. My mom had to help me. Like, I had to take care of Moon. Like, Moon needed shots. Moon needs to get groomed. Moon needs food. And I just felt like I just feel lost, and I feel stressed, and I don't know what's, like, I don't, obviously, like, everything happens for a reason. This is probably a lesson for me to go through. Maybe, you know, like, you know, like everything, I know at the end, there's light at the end of the tunnel, obviously, but it's just hard because I was like, I just want to see the light now. Like, I just want to be in the beach, and I want to be in the light, okay? So, yeah, work has been just stressing me out. A lot of people quit where I work. Like, my mom and another person is the only full-time person working. Mind you, this is like a big store. Like, this is a big, like, corporate end store. Like, we need people, and we lost, like, I would say, like, 4 to 5 employees within a month now. And I'm scared that my job is going to shut down. I'm scared they're going to close where I work. I'm scared they're going to close it down. And I'm going to be stuck in a situation where I just don't have a job. And it sucks because where I work, they're really lenient with me because they know that I have cystic fibrosis. I'm sick quite often. Where I also work in, like, the back of my building. So there's, like, the main part, which is, like, the store. And then they have the production area in the back. And I'm back there for my anxiety because I don't have to talk to customers or anything. And so the thought of, like, leaving a job where I don't have to communicate with people outside the people I'm already working with, kind of, it's good. Like, I'm just scared that I'm going to have to go into, like, a different retail job and talk to customers because I struggle really bad with social anxiety. It's something I've struggled with since I was a little kid, which is another reason why I really want to get into therapy because I really want to overcome social anxiety. It would just make my life so much more easier. And I really hope I'm able to overcome it one day because it's one of those things where, like, it's not that it's embarrassing because obviously I know a lot of people struggle with it, but to me it embarrasses me because I can't really carry out conversations with random people. I can't make new friends because I'm just so scared to talk to people, and it's so frustrating, and I wish my mind wasn't like that. And yeah. And another thing too about the place I work right now is that it's very toxic, and it's very hard to work when everyone there is just in a bad mood. Everyone's miserable. No one's having a good time. And when I'm anxious or if I'm going through things, I tend to, like, turn to poetry. And I wrote a poem. This is so cringy. No, it's not. It's not cringy. This is something I don't think I've ever told someone about this because I just feel like people are gonna judge me. But I wrote a poem. It's called Work, right here. Okay, I'm gonna read to you guys because this is the best way to describe, in a way. This is I'm not really good at putting things into words, but I think I did a good job kind of putting myself. I think I did a good job explaining how it kind of makes me feel. I think maybe not. Maybe I'll elaborate more after. But anyways, this poem is called Work. Right now the situation is pretty toxic. It's constantly got me feeling sick. I feel like okay, retry, because bitch cannot read. Literally cannot read. Okay, ready? This is called Work. Let's try this again. Right now the situation is pretty toxic. It's constantly got me feeling sick. I feel like I'm boxed in with no way out. Clocking in makes me feel so stressed. It makes me want to be an alcoholic, but that's not a healthy antibiotic. And I think that is just how it is. Like, I feel like I just feel trapped. I feel like I just want a way to deal with it. And obviously drugs and substances and drinking is not a good way to do it, so often I'm not going to do it. But it's just like that's the best way to describe how it makes you want to be, and describes how it makes me want to feel sometimes. Because it's very hard for me. I feel like people's emotions affect me a lot. Like, if I'm near someone who's sad, I become sad. If I'm near someone who's happy, I'm happy. If I'm with someone who's stressed, I get very stressed. Like, I feel like I feel people's emotions sometimes. And it takes a toll on me when I go to work and everyone, and I mean, like, everyone, maybe besides one person, bless his soul, But everybody else is just nagging at each other. There's there's constantly just drama and a lot of smack talking the company, and it's just a lot. Like, it's really just a lot to handle right now, and it makes me not want to go to work, but I know that I have to go to work because, like I said, like, I have bills to pay, and the lifestyle that I live is very bougie, I guess you can say. I'm not a cheap person, so I need money to live how I want to live, which I don't know what that says about me, but yeah, I've always been a very expensive person ever since I was little. But anyways, that's just how I feel about work. I can't sleep at night. I'm about to cry. This is so awful. I get really bad anxiety at night because I know that the next day I have to wake up and go to work. Whew, it's a good thing I got tissues right here because I know I'm going to cry. Yeah, it's hard. I can't sleep because I just know that in the morning I'm just gonna have to go to work and deal with it, like all the stress and the anxiety that it gives me. And it's really hard to like talk to people at work about how I'm feeling about work because like everyone's miserable. So my feelings really don't matter. Like, I shouldn't feel like this because everyone's feeling like it. It's so frustrating. And then I feel oh, Bubba's. Watch out, Bubba. And then in a way, I feel like I'm selfish for feeling mad. I'm not mad at the people who quit. I'm just mad at people that are praying for the company's downfall. Because if the store really quits, like, I'm fucked. And I think that's very selfish of me to just think about myself. Because obviously we'll all be jobless if that happens. But it's just really stressful. And like I said, like, I can't sleep at night. I don't even have like an appetite to eat because all I can think about is work. And you know, it's just hard right now. Like, life is just really hard. And I just feel stuck. Like, I just feel like I'm stuck in a situation where I don't know what to do. And then I tend to look at like other people around my age right now where they're at, and I see them like thriving and living their best lives. And I just wish that could be me. And then I'm stuck with the question of what am I supposed to be doing with my life? Like, what is my calling? Because I think I've always struggled with knowing what I want to do in my life. Because I just feel like a failure right now. I just feel like I'm failing. Like, I don't feel proud of myself, and I haven't felt proud of myself in a very long time. In fact, I don't think I've ever truly felt proud of myself ever. And it sucks because the way that I think about it, like, oh, if I just work harder and I get more money, then I'll be happy. Then I'll be satisfied. But if you guys listen to the last podcast episode, I have a hard time being satisfied. It's just hard. It's really hard. And I just wish that, I don't know, I just wish I didn't feel like this, because I feel bad for feeling this way, because I feel like I shouldn't feel this way at all. I feel like I should be grateful that at least I have a job, because I know there's people out there that don't have jobs. And like, I should be grateful that I have a family and that I have like a roof over my head. Like, I should be grateful right now. Like, I feel like I shouldn't feel this type of way, but I just do. I don't know what I'm sorry. I don't know. It's just a lot going on in life. Yeah, I just feel lost. I'm very lost. I just want to know. I just don't know. And you know, I'm obviously like, I'm praying every night. I'm just confused. I'm very confused. I don't know what to do. I don't know what direction to go in. I don't know how to feel. All I know is that I feel anxious, very much so depressed. I would like to feel content where I am, but I'm not. And I feel like the only way I can get there is if I push myself to work more for some reason, to make people around me more proud. Because I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like I'm not doing my part at work. Like, I feel like I need to try harder. I need to work more hours. I just feel like I need to overwork myself to make the other people that I work with happy, to pick up for the people that we've lost. And I go back to work Monday. It's Saturday. I film on Saturdays, this podcast. But I feel like I need to just push myself all the way up until February, because in February I'm going on vacation to Disney. Obviously my little sister's birthday's coming up. I think my mom wants to go to some like wolf cabin place or something like that. But the main vacation, like, I feel like I can't even go to that, my sister's birthday party in October, or a trip, because I feel like I just need to work. Like, my mindset right now is just work, 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 work. But I know work is just making me very depressed and anxious and just not a good feeling at the moment. But I think if I go to work and just push myself through it, that I'll just be happy for some reason, because I'm making more money. But money doesn't solve mental health problems most of the time, unless like that's something that makes you anxious, and money, then yeah, it does. But I feel like in my situation, money's not gonna matter, for me at least, I guess. And then I always tend to compare myself to like my sisters, and like they're both doing so well in life. I feel like my sisters have always done better than me in things, because I tend to let my anxiety control my life, and I feel like I tend to envy that a lot. And I just, like, both of my sisters are in like long-term relationships. They're both pretty financially stable, I would say. And I just look at myself and I'd be like, what did I do wrong? What am I doing wrong? Why? I just feel like I just feel like a failure. Honestly, I just, yeah, just like a failure, and that I'm letting people down around me down. Yeah. I just feel like I'm just letting people down. And I feel like I've always just let people down, which isn't a good feeling to have, but it's true. Last year, I started online college, and I was very excited about it. And then I was doing really good at first. Really good, actually. I was really proud of myself. And then I became depressed, and I just stopped doing it, and I dropped out. And I just feel like I let a lot of people down by doing that. And it's just hard. Like, it's really hard. When I just want to make people in my life happy, and knowing that I'm not, it's it causes me a lot of anxiety, I guess I can just say. Yeah. Let's talk about something happy for a minute, because I'm stressed. I'm trying to think of something happy to say, because I can't even think of anything happy that is going on in my life right now, if that makes sense. Because there's not a lot. It's just hard. Life's hard. You know, God throws things at us that we just have to, overcome. And yeah, I know that this is all just temporary. You know, like, I'll be happy again, and I won't feel this way. And I'm excited to start therapy, and I'm really, 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 really hoping that it helps me, because I'm tired of feeling this way, and I wish I didn't feel this way. But, you know, what can I do? Like, what really can I do besides seek help at this point? Because if I just keep going on by myself, I don't know what would happen mentally. I would never do anything like self-harm or something like that, no. But just, I just don't know. Yeah. Anyways, let's just talk about something else, because let's talk about Jack Harlow. Okay? Let's just do a little sidetrack. Let's talk about Jack Harlow. I've been listening a lot to his album, Come Home, the Kids Miss You. If you guys have not listened to the album, you guys definitely should go check it out. My top 5. This is my top 5 songs I recommend for you guys to listen to. Number 1, Little Secret. I listen to this song constantly. Literally one of my favorites. Number 2 is I Got a Shot. My nephew Liam and I sing the song together all the time in the car. I'm trying to get my nephew Liam to become a Jack Harlow fan. It's going good so far. He loves singing First Class in the car. Like, it's so cute. Church Downhill, I believe it's called, featuring Drake. It is so good. Such a great song. I would say, what's another good one? Young Harleasy. That one is just like the vibes. He has Snoop Dogg on it. It's chef's kiss, if you ask me. What else? There's one more. I can't think of what it's called. I think it's called Movie Star or something like that. I'm pretty sure. I think Pharrell is featured on it, and it's really good. So you guys should go check that one out as well. Those are my top 5 songs. Oh my god, speaking of songs, a few nights ago, I literally went driving at 3 a.m. because of my anxiety. This is literally early Friday morning, like 3 in the morning on Friday. So like Friday night, but like more, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's morning, but night. Okay, whatever. I went driving, and I just cried to like Shawn Mendes songs. Like, I listened to In My Blood, A Little Too Much. There was another one I cannot think about. Oh, Understand by Shawn Mendes is a good song I've been listening to constantly right now, just because I feel like I need to understand life, and the message of the song is just what I need to hear right now. I love Shawn so much. Yeah, I love Shawn Mendes. Obviously, we've talked this before. Yeah. I've also just been trying to set goals for myself. I'm trying to find healthy habits, and obviously I'm hoping I find some in therapy as well, like tips and stuff. But I got back into bullet journaling. I love bullet journaling. It's one of those things I haven't done since 2020. I've done like 2020. I started bullet journaling in 2020, but then I kind of stopped, and I picked up a little bit again last year, and I'm picking up again now. I got back into poetry, which is really fun. I think it really does help me just to explain how I'm feeling in a more artistic way, I guess. Yeah. I'm kind of glad that I'm not coping with shopping online, because I used to do that a lot. I used to be very much the type of person, whenever I'm sad, go online shopping, which was not good for my bank account at all, mind y'all. Like, my bank account was like, bestie, why are you doing that? Like, holy shiz. Yeah, I've been reading my Bible more, which in a way, I don't know why, but every time I read my Bible, it brings me peace, and I just feel calm. For when I do that, I feel it just grounds me for some reason. I've been manifesting and doing affirmations and stuff like that. That's really all I have to say this podcast. I'm sorry that this was like all over the place. I just wanted to talk about life and how I'm feeling at the moment, and I'm hoping you guys had a good time, or you know, you relate to this somehow, or if you're going through things like this, I just want you guys to know that it will get better over time. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. If you guys want, you guys can go follow me over on Instagram at Taquira Peoples. You can go follow me over at TikTok at Taquira.Shakira. Um, I have a Twitter at Taquira Peoples. I also have a Snapchat that I use on occasions, which everything will be linked down below if you're watching over on YouTube. Or if you're an audio listener, you can go listen to the video version over at my YouTube channel at Taquira Peoples. Or if you are a YouTube watcher, well, I don't know what to call it, you guys can go listen to the audio versions over on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and different other podcast platforms. Please give this 5 stars, rate it on the app. It really helps me. And if you do just have some topics, DM me over on Instagram, like I said, at Taquira Peoples, or comment them below on this video. I definitely will check those out, and maybe we'll talk about some stuff that you guys want me to talk about. With that being said, this is the end of brunch, and I will see you guys next Wednesday. Bye.